Hey guys, Jeff here, Dice Setters. I will be in Vegas on Saturday and Sunday, and I will be at Ellis Island. I also will be doing some things for you guys. I've got something to announce. Can't do it yet. I gotta wait till my trip to Vegas, and if everything goes the way I think it's going to go, I'll be able to introduce and tell you what's our next plan, our next little cool thing we can do. So stay tuned for that. And for those of you that that live close to Vegas, it's going to really make you guys happy. For those of you that don't, we'll have to plan something different. But let me get everything situated and make sure everything's set in concrete. Then I can sit there and let you guys know. The winner of the trivia got notified. Things are kind of back to normal. And the person's name was William Lee Bergstorm. Bergstorm. He went to one of the casinos down in Fremont Street, and he put $777,000 on the don't, and he won. And it wasn't just a one-time thing. This guy would do this quite often. And it was at Binion's. A lot of the books that you read about craps, there will always be a story about Binion's. It'd be cool if I could find somebody that was an old timer that can give me the whole, the Cliff Notes story about Binion's. That way I don't have to sit there and read book after book after book. But it seems like quite the interesting place to be back in the 70s and 80s was Binion's. If you were there, put it in the comments. Let everyone else know. Today, my story is about complacency. Complacency, if you're losing money on crap, it's probably because you're becoming complacent. I watched a lot of Brian Christopher slots, and people ask if he plays table games, and he always says, no, I don't, because table games take skill. He goes, everything I'm showing you here does not take any skill. I beg to differ, Brian Christopher. What you got going, it does take some skill. You have to know what to bet, what machine not to play, stuff like that. There is some skill to that. But I see what you're saying. A lot of times we'll go to the craps table and we act complacent. We'll put our money out there and just wait. And that's the wrong thing to do. Here is a simple setup. I'm sitting at a $5 table. Most of you guys probably don't have $5 tables. I do have a place that is still a $5 table. There's probably maybe 5 of them in all of Vegas. And if you conclude Henderson as well. But 5 places, $5 probably. People sit there and tell the dealers what to put down. I have minimum bets. 5, 5. That's a 6, that's a 6, and then 5, 5. 5 on the pass line. That's for me rolling. So this is the money I have at risk. I have $37 at risk. And say we make our point. Our point is, say, 6. And we hit the 8 next. All that's going to do is give us $7. It's going to give us $7 so we can actually take this 7 out of the risk, and now we're still at $30 at risk. You sit there and roll another 8, which you're going to get another $7 more. 10, 15. You still have money at risk. If you're to hit the 8 again, you still have money at risk. Hit the 8 again, you still have $4 at risk. So what are you trying to say? I'm trying to say you've got to sit there and shuffle this money around. Once this guy is up here, it's a countdown. It's a countdown to 7. The more rolls we get, the closer we become to 7. I'll sit at a casino table, craps table, for hours. And I'm studying all this. You got nothing better to do. Wait for your turn to shoot the dice. And you'll see people that will come into a live game. They don't know how many how many rolls have been done. They don't know who the shooter is. They don't know anything. And then they'll sit there and, yeah, 5 across. Why? Why are you doing this? You don't know who's rolling. You don't know if they're a setter. Are they a random roller? Why don't you just wait? Wait. Unless you like throwing money away. Complacency. So you say, well, what are you talking about? What are you talking about complacency? My favorite thing to do, because it's more money for you in your pocket and less money on the table. And that is to set up the iron cross. That way you get everything that you need. You roll a 4, you're going to get it. You roll a 5, you're going to get it. You roll a 6, you're going to get it. Roll a 8, you're going to get it. A 9, you're going to get it. A 10, you're going to get it. A 2, a 3, you're going to get it. 11, a 12, you're going to get it. Less money on the table. But I can't sit there and be complacent. You say, what do you mean by being complacent? After 6 rolls, we've got to change this around. It's best to sit there and go high. It's best to sit there and start this at high. You say, well, I can't afford that. Do it one time and then back it back down. So instead of doing the minimum, sit there and double up on it. Do 2 times the minimum. And then one more for the 5. After the first roll, go back down. After the second roll, go back down. After the third roll, go back down. But this is not, this is what you need to be doing. No matter, where we're at as a dice count, each roll puts us closer to 7. I know how the game's going to end. You're going to roll a 7. Shocker, I know. Truly, that's what happens. You roll a 7, that's the end of the game. You lose your money. So why not sit there and purposely make these piles lower as time goes on, so that we're not complacent, and when the 7 hits, we're not shocked that we just sat there and lost all this money that we put down on the table. But that's generally the best way to do it. Whether it be 2 times the table minimum, 3 times the table minimum, whatever you've got to do. But then as time goes on, you want to sit there and take these down. You say, well, how about the long roll? Of course, there's always going to be a long roll. I've seen it before in movies. The long roll doesn't exist. Truly, it doesn't. I've had my best long rolls when there was nobody at the table. That's fine with me, because I know how to bet correctly, that way that I'm not complacent. I'm not shocked when the 7 rolls and I still have $60 on the table, which it's going to happen. It's going to happen if you hit the 7 on your first roll or your second roll once you establish your point. But, you adjust for that. But let's sit there and watch this. I'll sit there and do 3 times. I'll sit there and do it 3 times the amount, and that way we kind of know what we're looking at. So I've got 15 on the 5, which is 3 units. I'm going to have 3 units on the 6, and I'm going to have 3 units on the 8, and I'm going to have 3 units on the field. Most of the time I like to do this half, but for this simple thing, we'll just do it this way. I've got my $5 on the pass line because I'm rolling. I'll have $3 on the C. It's insurance. I purposely am going to change up my my dice rolling. I'm going to try to do a 2, 3, 11, 12, or a 7. So 5 numbers is what I'm trying to roll. This is a, I had that wrong. This is a 1, 2, 2, 1. Oops, I still have it wrong. There we go. A 1, 2, 2-1 die set. And I'm throwing it without any roll at all. 3-finger grip. It is a midnight, so it did exactly what I wanted to do. I told you if you can sit there and roll 12s on command, that's fantastic. Got 3 here. I'm going to lose this guy here, but then that's going to pay me 21. 7 to 1. I will restack my 5. Most of the time when I do this, I'll sit there and stack another 5 more on the C, and I'll put 5 on the E, and I'll pocket the rest. So again, I am trying to hit 5 numbers. 2, 3, 11, 12, or the 7. And this is not my regular throw dice set. This is just for come out. Hard 8. This right here would have been off, just so you know. These would have been off. This goes up to 8. Most of the time I would remove that. I'll leave that there because you're covered here only by $5 though. I'll leave that there. Most cases I would sit there and take that down. My die set's going to be 3, 6, 5, 6. Is exactly the same throw I threw before. You don't want to spin on it. You don't want it to knock out satellites above you. You want to keep it low and try not to put a rotation on the dice. It's going to be at 8. I hit my point, this goes down. I'll sit there and get paid for that. That's going to be 21. I'm going to tell the dealer to take off half of this because we're not going to be complacent. We know that 7 is coming. That's mine. I lost that. Being that I'm doing a come out roll, put back my $3. This guy here is off. Just so you know, I don't have to remove it and take it off each side. That guy there is off. And we are off. There goes the easy 8. Last time it was the hard 8. Being that this is the come out roll again, I'm going to switch it back up to the 1, 2, 2, 1. In hopes that we get the 2, 3, 11, 12, 7. It's going to be a 9. Both of those are working. I lost my insurance. Go back to my regular set. Ooh, 7. Had that not been a 7, I would have sat there and taken, again, 1 unit away from each one. And then taken this one down. And then played it this way for the rest of the game. What you can do is as you win, like say like we hit the 8, we win. You can sit there and start adding these up. Start pressing them. Pressing them because you're winning it with that extra money is not being complacent, that you're just mindset of I've done my thing, I'm waiting till the 7 comes out. It's you're taking money that you're winning off the table and putting it back into play. If you lose it, it's the table's money anyways, it's not your money. So that's why it's okay for that to happen. But I'll sit there and take it back down after the 3rd or 4th roll, and then I'll start building it back up. Why not? Once that these are paid for, it's casino's money anyways. I might have another 10 more rolls, 20 more rolls, who knows? But at least I'm getting money. There's nothing worse than having 20 rolls and you have no money on the table whatsoever. I've done that before. It hurts. It hurts bad. Because you're like, I didn't expect for me to roll another 20 more times. But that's how you do it. You put your money out there first, then you start bringing it back in, go down to whatever you want. I do minimal. Don't have to, but it works for me. It makes it easy for me to remember. And then as you sit there and gone down to the minimum, you're making money, then you're going to press up. You hit the 5, press the 5. Hit the 6, press the 6. You hit the 8, press the 8. I would not, go up to $10 until these almost have a quarter on them. Once you get a quarter on the 5, 6, and 8, raise it by 10. And then wait until you have 2 quarters on the 5, 6, and 8. It's kind of ratioed out. It'll work for you. But that's not being complacent. Always watching. The dealer should sit there and look at you going, oh, not this guy again, because you want your money being moved all the time. That's how you win. As you make money, you sit there and reinvest it back, some way. Especially when it gets closer and closer to being the end of your roll. You're going to take the money that's coming off the table and replace it back. It's not my money, it's the table's money. And I'll sit there and make the table bring in revenue. That's the best thing to do. So the first roll, yeah, it is my money. But then as you start to recede down, because you know that the 7's going to come, now you're playing with house money. Yes, it hurts to lose house money, but it's not going to hurt your pocketbook to lose house money. It does hurt to lose house money. It is the house's money, but that's what we're trying to go home with, as much house money as possible. So it is casino money. It's not your money, but we're going to try to grab as much as possible. Share, like, subscribe. We're up to 500 people. We're also on Facebook. If you want to show, what you did at a casino, not a problem. Put it up there for all of us to Google at or whatever. But definitely, if you have some interesting story, or you sat there and saw something you've never seen before, like maybe a crapsless table that they have in Vegas. You're not really for sure. Has anyone ever seen that? Post it up there. Let's make this, our page. Let's make this, our Facebook page. Not very many people have that. A lot of YouTubers that are in craps don't have a craps and Facebook page. And it's something I wanted to, this is your part. This is how you get involved. This is how you find people, maybe in Arizona, that are, down south that want to play craps, on a Saturday or Sunday. Sit there and put a message on Facebook. Sit there and say, hey, I always go to, Action, Casino, and I want to play on Saturday, and I'm probably there at like 7 o'clock in the evening. Anybody else want to come? Fine with me. Let's do that. Let's make this Facebook and this, this entertainment that we have, that we watch, work for us and our benefit. Because there's nothing worse than going alone, to a casino. It's not fun. It's a lot of fun when you have more friends, even one person going with you. That's fine. Like, share, subscribe. If you want to get in touch with me, it's going to be dicehitters@gmail.com. When I'm in Vegas, if you want to sit there, go to Casino Quest. Teach you on, rolling. Let me see your roll. Let me see how we can improve your roll. For the ladies that are watching, my wife, she excellent roller. She in fact, they like her rolling on the table more than they like me rolling on when we're at Ellis Island. they always happy to see me, but more happy to see her because man, she can do 20 plus rolls almost all the time. But ladies, if you're, if you want someone to show you how to do it, sit there on the dicesetters@gmail.com, put down, dicesetter's wife. That way I know to give it to my wife. But be happy to, to show you the ropes, show you, how to work it, how to do it. There's nothing worse than not asking. I'm more than happy to show people. Anyhow, like, share, subscribe. Had any questions, comments, put it in there. Thanks, guys, for watching. For those of you that I told you last week I was kind of missing some comments, I'm still missing comments. I can read it where the comment section is, but to go to that video, they're gone. So if I didn't respond to you, it's probably because it's in that group. I don't know how to get them. I can see them, but when you go to the regular video, it's almost like they deleted the comment. I'm not for sure. But if I didn't get to you, re-comment back. Just one of those things. Have a great one, guys. See ya.